Suppose you're in the window business. How do you get a leg up on the competition? Sure would help if government gave you a special tax credit and gave your customers stimulus money to buy your products. It would help even more if somehow you could get the president and the vice president of the United States to say nice things about your company. But come on, that's not possible, is it? No company could be that fortunate. There are three big companies in the window business: Pella, Anderson, and Marvin.
Marvin Windows and Doors fit your vision.
The recession's been tough on these companies. But then there's also a much smaller company, Sirius Materials. Sirius is booming, according to this article in Fortune. On a roll, according to Inc. magazine, which put Sirius's CEO on its cover with a story titled, "How to Build a Great Company." How did he do it? Well, he had some help from high places.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President, for your unwavering support.
That's Vice President Biden he's thanking.
Without you and the Recovery Act, this would not have been possible.
Biden returned the compliments.
You're not just churning out windows. You're making some of the most energy-efficient windows in the world. I would argue the most energy-efficient windows in the world.
Other window makers say, no, our windows are just as energy efficient. But the vice president hasn't visited their companies or even mentioned their names. And why am I talking about the vice president?
I'm here today representing Sirius Materials.
How many company officials get to make introductions like this?
It is my distinct honor to introduce the President of the United States, President Barack Obama.
The president gave a speech on energy policy that cited, guess which company?
Sirius Materials just reopened, as he mentioned, a manufacturing plant outside of Pittsburgh. And these workers will now have a new mission, producing some of the most energy-efficient windows in the world.
Wow, what a dream endorsement. And just last week, the president announced a new set of tax credits for so-called green companies. The only window company on the list? Sirius Materials.
This is a story of how a new economy, predicated on innovation and efficiency, is not only helping us today, but in inspiring a better tomorrow.
Actually, I think it's a story about crony capitalism. It's almost as if the government and Sirius Materials are partners. The company VP of Policy testified in Congress.
Thank you for the opportunity to appear here today and share Sirius Materials' experience in creating green jobs.
And here he is in this picture with so-called energy leaders at the U.S. Department of Energy. And who's the woman in the middle? Kathy Zoy, who oversees the government's weatherization program. She has big plans for your tax money, as she explained at a conference.
Where literally SWAT teams go into neighborhoods and they retrofit every single house and every single business on Main Street.
Oh, and I left out a little fact. Kathy Zoy is the wife of the Vice President of Policy of Sirius Windows. So of all the window companies in America, maybe it's a coincidence that the one that gets presidential and vice presidential attention and a special tax credit is one where company executives give thousands of dollars to the Obama campaign, and where the policy director spends nights at home with the Energy Department's weatherization boss. It could be coincidence. And there's apparently nothing illegal about this. In Kathy Zoy's ethics agreement, she did disclose her marriage and says she would recuse herself from any matter that had a predictable effect on her financial interests. But it sure looks funny to me. And it's odd that even the liberal media has so much interest in this one company.
Vice President Biden says the stimulus bill's funding for making buildings more energy efficient is expected to drive up demand for the kinds of windows made by Sirius Materials, which has caused the company to ramp up its production. That's how it works. Economic stimulus.